Chapter 2. Natural Resources.
Land is most important natural resource because human beings obtain most of their needs from it. Land can be put to different uses according to the need of human beings and according to its location. A piece of land which is very fertile is used for cultivation of crops, whereas a piece of land which contains minerals is used for mining. The extent of land available in any region is limited. So the whole community or the region will have to use the available land resource with a proper planning. Improper use of land may have a harmful impact on the environment. Mountain, plateaus and plains are the major landforms of the continents. 1. Mountains. A mountain is a mass of land considerably higher than the surrounding area. The Alps in Europe, the Rockies in North America and the Himalayas in Asia are some of the examples of mountains in the world. The mountains also contain lot of natural resources. Most of the mountains of the world contain natural vegetation which provides wood for various purposes. They are also the source of many rivers of the world. They are also a storehouse of mineral wealth. 2. Plateaus. A plateau is a broad and rather flat area of land rising above sharply the surrounding lowlands. Deccan Plateau and Tibet Plateau are two important plateaus of the world. Most of the plateaus of the world are a storehouse of minerals. They are also used for agriculture. 3. Plains. Plains are relatively low and flat areas on the Earth's surface. Most of the plains are almost level. The Ganga Plain in the northern part of India is an example of an almost flat plain. Most of the plains are very fertile and are used for cultivation of crops. They have high density of population and nearly 2/3 of the world population lives on the plains. Soil resources. Soil is the uppermost layer of the Earth's crust. It is the most important renewable natural resource. Soil is the medium in which plants grow. Plants provide food for all land creatures. Thus all land creatures depend, directly or indirectly, on soil for food. Soil formation is a very slow process and it is formed by physical, chemical and organic changes which take place continuously in the soil layer. Soil formation. Soil is formed by the physical, chemical and biological changes that take place continuously in the soil layer. Formation of soil can be divided into 3 stages. 1. State I. Soil formation begins with the breakdown of rocks at the surface. The process of breakdown of rocks is known as weathering. Weathering may be by mechanical or chemical means. 2. Stage 2. Due to weathering an organic layer develops. Bacteria and other microorganisms act on the remains of plants and other organic materials forming humus. 3. Stage 3. Humus helps loose soil grains to stay together and also makes the soil more fertile. While soils are usually formed by weathering of rocks, it may also be formed by deposition of material by agents of gradation. Alluvial soils in river valleys and deltas are formed by this process. Factors affecting soil formation. Formation of soil is governed by a number of factors. The most important factors among these are the bedrock, climate, natural vegetation, topography and time. Bedrock or the parent rock supplies the bulk of the soil mass and determines the nutrient content of the resultant soil. Texture and structure of soil depend upon the nature of the parent rock. Relief conditions influence the rate of weathering of the parent material and the thickness of soil cover. Soils on steep slopes are thin and coarse, while they are deeper and finer on the flat surfaces or in the lowlands. Climate is the most important among the factors affecting soil formation. The nature and rate of weathering depends upon temperature and moisture conditions. Climate determines the availability of soil moisture also. The soils in zones of similar climate are usually similar. It indicates the importance of climate as a soil forming factor. Vegetation and other organisms provides the organic matter that makes soils fertile. Amount of organic matter present in the soil is also affected by the climate. Generally, the soils of warm humid regions have a lower amount of organic matter due to the rapid rate of decomposition of organic matter in such regions. As the soils take a long time to mature, time is also an important factor in soil formation. The process of soil formation takes long periods of time. It can take up to 1,000 years to produce 2.5 centimeters thick fertile soil layer. Soil erosion. The topsoil is always exposed to agents of gradation. Therefore, running water, wind, glaciers, sea waves, currents etc. keep on removing soil particles and depositing them elsewhere. Normally there is a state of equilibrium between the rate of removal of soil from above and addition of soil from below. However, sometimes the rate of removal of topsoil exceeds the rate of addition of fresh soil from below and the thickness of the soil layer starts decreasing. Such high rate of removal of soil is called soil. Causes of soil erosion. 1. Deforestation. Deforestation means removal of trees and other vegetation, which hold the soil together. When vegetation is removed, the soil surface becomes loose and can be more easily removed by running water and wind. 2. Improper farming techniques. Plowing fields in the traditional up and down manner along the slopes makes it easier for running water and wind to cause erosion. 3. Wind and rainfall. Rainfall dissolves the chemical in the soil and removes them to far off places. The soil gets depleted of fertile element. The high velocity of wind also causes soil erosion. 4. Overgrazing of land. Overgrazing of land also leads to soil erosion. In many parts of India, hillsides have become barren because of overgrazing by goats. Some methods of conserve soil. There are a number of ways to conserve soil. As prevention is always better than cure, first of all the faulty land use practices leading to soil erosion should be checked. Vegetation cover helps a great deal in checking soil erosion. Plants not only keep soil practices bound, they also reduce the rate and velocity of runoff. A thick cover of vegetation reduces the impact of heavy rainfall also. Keeping soil covered with crops of natural vegetation is a very effective method to check sheet erosion. Gully erosion can be checked through plugging small rills and gullies. It can also be checked through various steps, checking the velocity of runoff, such as making terraces on slopes, contour bounding, plowing, building check dams etc. Animal grazing should be limited to sustainable level. Afforestation is a very effective measure of soil conservation. It not only helps in checking soil erosion, but also enriches soil by adding organic matter and circulating nutrients from lower layers to the upper layer of soil. It helps in checking the intensity and frequency of floods and helps in conservation of the scarce water resources also. Wind erosion can also be checked in a number of ways. Irrigation can lower the rate of wind erosion because the moist soil particles cannot be removed easily by wind. Afforestation is also helpful in checking wind erosion in several ways. Plant cover not only keeps the soil particles bound together but also checks wind velocity, often leading to wind deposition rather than erosion. Planting rows of trees at right angle to the wind direction also checks wind velocities, and these rows act as shelter belts or wind breakers. The problem of soil erosion can thus be checked to a great extent by encouraging farmers to adopt proper land use and cultivation practices, checking excessive deforestation.